you guys? Welcome back to another episode of At Home with Dr. H. I'm sitting here grooving to Sirius XM Silk Radio. Just got back from visiting my family, and I just really was thinking about a couple of things. And over the past couple of weeks, I've just seen so much going on social media as it relates to just people. Um, Getting into it with other people. And most recently, it's funny, I'm in this group, one of my Facebook groups, and the girl commented, she said, heathen's gonna heathen. Or she said, no, she said, heathens, you're trying to reason basically with a heathen. Heathens are never going to get it. And it was in reference to a comment that a celebrity made about women in relationships. And it prompted me to think about how we tend to get into arguments or disagreements or sit here and try to reason with people who are unreasonable. You have to know as a leader, as a person, that your words have weight and value. And when you have that knowledge, you realize that I don't need to waste my breath on everybody and every situation. I don't need to weigh in on it. I don't need to try to sit here and continue to convince you to accept what I'm saying, even if I'm spitting statistics and fact. I've had conversations with people. I have colleagues who have conversations, especially in academia, where everything is supported by facts. I'm a college professor as well by trade. In addition to coaching and leadership. So a lot of our approach is, I'm going to give you the facts. These are statistics. This is not my opinion on the statistics, but here's the data, and this is what the data supports. This is what it says, okay? You can do that and still have people argue with you. I've seen this in dialogues online because, of course, we have academic communities and we see all of these things. I have seen where it's just raw data and people will argue against the raw data. And raw data is simply, we've collected the information and this is what we collected. Nobody's interpreted anything. This was the question. These are the responses. Raw data. No type of interpretation of what that data says, what it means, nothing. So people will argue, and I've seen people argue against raw data. When people show you that they're unreasonable, move on. There's no need to sweat or fret yourself over people who are unreasonable. When you know that your words carry weight, that your knowledge, your wisdom is valuable, you take that valuable word, you take that valuable wisdom, and you plant it in someone who is reasonable, who will take it, will digest it, and do something with it. Versus somebody who's going to be foolish and argue back with you. Sometimes you have to reserve the right to be right. And that means zip your lip. There's a lot of stuff. It's like, oh, Lord, I want to say something. 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 But I can't because it's just not prudent. Or it's just not worth it. I see so much going on, especially on Twitter. There's Twitter arguments, Twitter conversations, Twitter, and it's this and this and that. I've even had people comment, and I'm just like, oh, I want to say something so bad, but I can't because I need to take the high road. The high road is you're unreasonable, and it doesn't make sense for me to clap back at you. It's not worth it for me to waste energy in a toxic space. Because what is that doing to further me as a person? What is that doing to further me as a leader in the community? What is that doing to further the conversation that needs to be had around this subject? How is this going to improve the conditions of this subject? It's not. So a lot of times in reserving the right to be right, it's a matter of just, you know what, I'm just going to let you sit in ignorance. I would like to bring you out of it, but at this point, you're demonstrating to me that that's where you choose to be. And that's hard, especially when you're a leader and you really want to see people do well and you want to pull people up out of a certain space. But people have to want to come out of that space. And many times, what we're seeing in conversations that we're having with other people, strangers as well as family and friends, co-workers, is that people want to wallow where they are in their headspace. And until people mature past that place of I gotta be right and what I say is what I say, and I'm committed to this argument even when I've been proven wrong by the facts, the raw data, until when people show you who they are, believe it and govern yourself accordingly. When you engage in that type of behavior and you lower yourself to their level, it says more about you than it does about them. Maintain your status. Don't lower yourself. It's hard, but discipline yourself. Use that self control and zip it sometime. Reserve the right to be right and just be quiet. Don't argue with people who they just want to be where they are. Heathen's gonna heathen. Ignorant people are going to be ignorant because why? Ignorance is bliss in the eye of the beholder. I'm going to let you be bliss until you decide, till you wake up, and all of that. You got to let the roses fall off of people's eyes on their own, in their own time. In their own time. Yes, it's hard, but it's necessary. Okay. So, you guys enjoy your weekend. Make sure you have a fabulous start to the week. Next week, watch a rerun because I will be in Jamaica, and I probably will not have an episode, but I will record something and post it when I get back from Jamaica, and we gonna have a good time. I'm looking forward to sharing something really fun with you out of Jamaica next week. Well, we got the next. So have fun. Remember to spread lots of love and light. Until next time, ciao.